I'd just like to share with you a few words to introduce Sam Lee. Sam is a Mercury Prize nominated folk singer, writer, conservationist, song collector, and wedding promoter, broadcaster, activist, pilgrimage guide, lecturer, and more. Alongside his organization, the Nest Collective, Sam has shaken up the music scene, breaking boundaries between folk and contemporary music, and he assumed places and ways folk song is appreciated. Sam has helped to develop the ecosystem of folk music, inviting in a new listenership who are interrogating what the messages in these old songs hold for us today. Please will you join me in giving a very warm welcome to Sam Lee.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful beginning. Can you hear me? We just take a collective breath together. It's that wonderful opening. Awake, awake, sweet borderland, sweet England now awake unto thy land obediently, and let us all partake. For our future now is calling, all in the sky so clear. So resound, resound, sweet England, for our history's always near. Let us sing unto this living story. Let us sing. That is the song Awake, Awake, and it has very curious origins as an ancient 16th century ballad that comes to us from London. It was written, we don't know by who exactly, but it was written in response to an earthquake that struck London. And when it hit, the St. Paul's Cathedral spire collapsed. And this was taken as a sign that things were not right, were not well, and that we needed to return to pray. And as a song, it was sung and passed on through the oral tradition, as these songs did, really written down, just handed from one generation to the next. Some of those songs flourished and proliferated across the British Isles, went over to America, travelled to far-flung lands. Some of those songs were slowly forgotten, family by family, singer by singer, generation by generation. And Awake, Awake, Sweet England was almost lost until 1906-07. And a woman called Esther Smith, a Romany gypsy singer, in her caravan was met by the folk song collector and composer Vaughan Williams. And this incredible encounter marked the moment where that song was heard and taken out of the oral tradition, noted down and remembered. Esther was the last singer to remember this song. Nobody had ever been heard by any of the Victorian or song collectors. She was the endling carrier of that song. I've taken a verse from it, and in many ways, in the fragmentary way that it was still held on to. You might recognize the tune because Vaughan Williams appropriated that tune for the hymn God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. When he rewrote the book of hymns, he borrowed a lot of the great folk song melodies and reinvigorated the caroling and the hymn tradition with a lot of traditional song and melodies. I've reappropriated it to reimagine that verse as a awakening to our reconnection to land. As these songs, these old folk songs, much of the time are our connection to, and my journey as a song collector very much in the footsteps of Vaughan Williams and Cecil Sharp and Maud Carpley's and Lucy Broadwood and some of the great collectors of song. For me, has been a pursuit of reclaiming the songs that kept us connected. They were our sacred verses, secular in their way, but in many ways, our devotional songs recognizing the power of nature to connect us to something ancient and necessary within our lives and purposes. And how these songs that sing of the ecologies of this land, species that connect us to other lands, birds that migrate, that bring stories to us and hold within their songs and within their relationship a sense of continuity, a sense of devotionality, a sense of well-being, and a sense of good times yet to come. That these songs that have come from our ancestors hold in them a key to what is to come and what we need to protect, and in ourselves pay attention to. I feel like these folk songs that were held as mantras, repetitively sung night after night, long after the nightingale or the turtle dove had stopped singing and left our shores. These songs were there as ways of remembering what is important, what is to return, and what we, in many ways, have to give thanks for in the dark times. My little question that I had, I shared, is, but will we be singing in troubled times to come? And when the climate crisis, ecological crisis, becomes fully present as it is becoming, what will we respond to through our music? And in many ways, I feel folk songs are our key to remembering what is important. And these are the songs that we need to remember, because they have been our stars, our stewards of resilience in the troubled times that we as a species have continuously gone through. We always know to come back to nature, to the sacredness of nature, and the sense of awe and truancy that song in relationship to land holds as a way of grounding. That's our practice of resilience. And so in the messages that we have are our maps, our guides to how we step forward into uncertainty. And so wonderful hearing the words earlier of what a space like St. Ethelburga is, a place that hasn't been through the brutality of human rage and discontent and all the emotions that send us into a place of brokenness, out of which can come such beauty and opportunity. And old songs and new songs are our way of calling us an irresistible sense of a better path, a more ecologically minded, a more community-minded way. These are all songs that have come from the community. They've not been written by individuals. They have been shaped as they've passed down through the ages, songs that have been evolved to sit within the circle, the gatherings, as the tellers of who we are and why we're here. With that in mind, I'd like to share another song and maybe invite you to join in. This is a song that, again, I have adapted from a almost Yorkshire hymn. A song that was widely sung, but this version, the tune, and it's a song of migration, it's an immigration song, It's called Green Mossy Banks. I learnt it from a man called Roger Hinchliffe, whose family are still farming in the Dales. In fact, they're neighbours of our poet laureate Simon Armitage. And the melody of this emigration song is a song about moving out of one's homeland in a journey of discovery. I borrowed for a song about being called back to the land. It's a song about pilgrimage. Pilgrimage has been my practice to make, sometimes alone, sometimes with friends, sometimes with companions, that sense of taking questions to the land and when the land calls you in. So this is called Green Mossy Banks in honour of the folk song from which it came. But it's a song really about the healing power of the land, especially when we walk. It's a practice we've done around the world forever. And we are reclaiming that practice here, and we are fighting for the right at the moment to make that practice with whatever belief you choose to carry with you. So this is Green Mossy Banks, and I'm going to find the note that I'm going to ask you to hum. You'd be up for doing that. When the land whispers, don't be a stranger, that irresistible call to come to the wandering, swearing allegiance, renewed on contract to Rome. And I felt in my heart the great yearning, leave a life so beholden to time. So I packed up my promise to face the uncertain, to attend to lost love and landlines. 7 miles I will walk, so uncertain. 7 miles I will walk in delight. 7 miles inconsolable morning. Some more unquestionably right. Some miles my heart will be empty. Some miles I will rage and I'll cry. Some miles I will crawl like a motherless baby. But the last mile I will take to the sky, and let journeys outshine destinations, intuition outdestined our fears. Let the listeners be teachers with blessings bestowed. Let the darkness restore us as seers. And I'll make these pathways my companions, be witnessed by what cannot be seen. Be peregrine, be pasture, be tiny, be austere, be as soft as green moss and be free.
Thank you very much.